Remember that girl that beat me up in the first grade? I saw her today. She's still really strong. Hello, my friend. Protein. Where do you get your protein? The protein powders. You gotta take a protein powder if you're vegan. Where do you get it? That's the first question you get asked as a vegan. But let me set the record straight here, once and for all. There need not be discussion after this. So the reality is, it's easy to get enough protein on a vegan diet if you're eating a wide variety of foods. The only way you can run into trouble, obviously if you're under eating everything, but if you're on a fruitarian diet, which is only like 5 to 7% protein, and dates are like 1 to 2%, yes, you could theoretically not be getting enough protein to have the physique you want. You could still be pretty healthy and maintain a skinny ass fruit boy body, but if you want some muscle mass, you gotta up the protein a bit. But I will say this, I have been surprised in the past, people on mostly fruit diets and they have some decent muscle mass, and I'm like, how is that possible? I don't know. You absorb it more efficiently, it's possible. But in general, you got your fruit at 5 to 7% protein, vegetables like 10 to 50%, sprouts, alfalfa sprouts are 52% protein. Wow, you can get a decent amount if you eat that whole box. Grains anywhere from 12 to 15%, oatmeal super high, quinoa, couscous. Couscous is a silly word. Then you got your beans, which are above 20% protein, most of them. That's where the money is. If you're a vegan, you get on those beans, bitch. Bean it up. You'll be pumping shit out of your dick. Nuts and seeds, very high. Hemp seeds, 25%. Pumpkin seeds, 18%. Almonds, 12%. I mean, protein is everywhere. Do not let a meat eater tell you it's incomplete protein. Plants are only low in certain amino acids that cause fucking cancer. That's a good thing. Whenever somebody says they're incomplete, just laugh and say, no, they're low in the bad ones. I'll post the studies down below on methionine. You check it, it's dangerous. I got a file full of like 100 studies supporting the vegan diet in every aspect. It's amazing. So protein is easy. The real reason I made this video is because it's actually possible to get too much protein on a vegan diet. Most of the vegan doctors will say 10 to 12% of your calories from protein, that's all you need. But if you listen to Robert Cheek, the vegan bodybuilder guy, he likes getting at least 15% because he wants to put on more muscle. If you don't want to be huge, you don't need much more than 10 to 12%. But if you start eating massive amounts of like the fake meats, beans at every meal, you can get too much protein, and this is what most likely will happen because I've noticed it happening to me. The main thing I notice is I smell a little stronger. It's still like a good food smell, but it's more powerful for some reason. And really that's just because too much protein, when you go over your needs, it starts to back up your lymphatic system a bit. That's what Dr. Robert Morse talks about. He doesn't even recommend eating any beans, but I would like to live in the real world where the fruit sucks here, so I got to eat some beans and grains. But the reality is when I'm sitting here and it's in a hot room, and it smells stronger than it used to smell. I mean, when I was on the fruitarian diet, I smelled like Fruit Boy. I was a flowery forest of goodness everywhere. Nothing smelled, I did not need deodorant ever. I could wear the same shirt like 5 days in a row, it didn't matter. Now, if I go for a bike ride and I'm sweaty, I take the shirt off, let it dry, smell it, it has that like bit of a musty smell to it. So that is the protein. It is a powerful friend or foe. But I tell ya, I feel so much fucking better eating the beans and the grains, getting more protein, building some muscle. I just have so much more energy. It's worth smelling not like Fruit Boy. Sure, blueberry forest in the armpits is nice, But I tell you, I'd rather feel good, feel energy. I don't get cold in the winter. I mean, obviously if I went out in a t-shirt, I'd freeze to death really quickly. But I don't get cold when I'm sitting here. Most of the time I'm in a t-shirt. I only put on shirts to film videos. So final thoughts, it's easy to get enough protein. It's possible to not get enough, and it's possible to get too much. So you gotta find your balance and decide for yourself whether the strength and power gains are worth the strange smells. It's just that I smell like bread sometimes. I don't know if I have a yeast infection or what. That's a fucking yeast infection. It's just a spicy smell, just a little spicier. It could even just be the onions and shit. It's not bad, it's just if I wear the same shirt for 5 days in a row working out, that's not gonna fly anymore. Just not gonna happen. So that's about it. That's all I have to say on this matter. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. I try to make you laugh and teach you something. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it's no laughs and no teaching, and fuck, what can I do? I can't knock them all out of the park. So that's it. Thumb it up if you liked it, share it with a friend, and I'll see you next video.